What's going on? And welcome back to the MSG podcast. That's Movies with Sara and Garrison. And today we're going to talk about
the fantastic
Mr. Fox.
Mr. Fox. We almost said that in unison. It was almost perfect.
Let's get the bad out of the way first, since you weren't too fond of this.
Yeah. I don't want to say I don't like this movie, but I don't like this movie. I don't. I can't pay attention to it. It's so boring. It's such a boring film. I'm sorry, Wes Anderson.
Why? How's it boring?
There's just not, like, there's action, but it's like, I don't know, maybe I'm just, like, oversensitized or desensitized. Yeah, okay, so I'm desensitized to movies because this is just not a good movie. I like things with more intriguing action, and this movie does not have intriguing actors, characters, sound design, or it's just a movie. Every time I go and watch it, I get on my phone.
And that's gonna be very unfortunate for you for the quiz section.
Yeah.
Now, what you said about like you weren't too fond of the pacing, like the action and the humor. Now, you posted something on the animation dating page, like the top 5 Cartoon Network shows.
Right.
And you were saying like Samurai Jack followed by Courage.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my top 5 were nothing like that. Like I had Adventure Time.
Right.
Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, Teen Titans. So I think what you find enjoying is different. Like, you perceive a certain type of story more engaging than others.
Yeah, but it's weird though, because this is like the only Wes Anderson film that I'm like, yeah, I'm just not into this. And I'm positive it's just because of the direction of the actors. If George Clooney, had been a better actor, then may have been better. Because when I heard about George Clooney being in an animated film, I was like, oh my god, this is amazing.
He was playing a cool, laid-back Fox character.
It's not enough. George Clooney's face in it, like
Jason Schwartzman, whatever his name is, the son, like, he's always playing like a deadpan kind of character, and that's kind of what Moonrise Kingdom was, and I think that was an intentional choice, because I think if they wanted to, they know how to act. Yeah. Because there were moments in there, like with the Mrs. Fox and with the kids and stuff. Sure.
Yeah, but they're like subtle moments that if you're not asleep, you might catch.
Okay. Well, funny you mentioned that, because back when this movie came out, I think 2009, 2010 or something.
Yeah.
My mom wanted to take me to go see it, and I wasn't interested. And I don't think I would have gotten the same amount of enjoyment as I do now out of it, because it's kind of like a fine, like, wine sort of a animated movie.
It's like a fine wine with a paired cheese kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Cheese and crackers.
That's the thing though. It's like I can appreciate the value.
You're not sophisticated enough, Sarah.
I just maybe
you're uncultured.
Maybe I'm just not smart enough to enjoy the film. Maybe that's just what it is. But, Isle of Dogs comes out Friday, so...
Yeah, but by the time they get this, it'll be like 2 weeks after that.
Right. I know, I keep forgetting that we're at a time delay, so sorry guys. Thanks for listening to 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, go to Patreon and get them on time.
I think this is the exact meaning of time is relative, Like, really, we're here now with you. We're talking to you 2 weeks in the future. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. Right. So were there any redeeming qualities of this film?
The fine detail of the stop motion. I will say that. It is a magnificently, almost OCD-ish detailed film. And it's like very symmetrical in a lot of different parts.
Right. And that's just Wes's style.
Yes.
But it looks really good. It kind of gave off this storybook feel to it.
I can see that. Like, the Find It books, where it's like just like a giant collection of different items. It's like
like a Where's Waldo?
Yeah. Almost, but not drawn. It's like find the object thing. Yeah. It's like these pieces were put special for this thing for you to find it. And that's what I do appreciate. It is visually an amazing film. If you love detail, just go see it for that reason.
I really like the browns and the oranges and the yellows in the color palette. It really gave off this like cozy fall vibe. And what are your thoughts on cuss? I kept bringing that up. No, you didn't like it.
No.
Why not?
I just don't get it. I just don't get it.
Okay, well, great, because that's actually in my facts. I'll bring that up.
I'm glad it's not one of your questions. Which, by the way, I'm not doing something spicy this week. I'm going to be cutting an onion.
Cutting it? You're not going to be eating on it?
I think I might eat it. It's a raw onion, so I'm probably going to cry and then cry some more.
Well, stop motion, people in stop motion look kind of weird, and this movie is no different. The people is creepy. Nightmare fuel.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird too because they really provide a lot of perspective about how small these characters are.
The foxes were the same size as badgers and rats. It was kind of weird.
Yeah, and they make them look like mice with how small they are compared to men. Or in the grocery store, at the very end, kind of get an idea about how small they really are.
Yeah, that was a pretty big grocery store. Most grocery stores aren't even nearly that big, and it expound that upon their size. It really sort of exaggerated the size of the store.
Yeah, it's a meticulous feat that they took with this film because, my God, they really did. And the fluorescent lighting and everything, nice. Little over top.
Well, while watching this, I kind of got the impression that this could be easily translated to a 2D movie, because of the way that they framed certain shots and the expressions and the mannerisms.
That's a good point. I feel like this almost would have been better as a 2D film. No? Different opinion? It's okay, you can share. Let's hear your opinion.
I feel that it works well as stop motion. Yeah, the moving fur and the shadows, things like that.
So when you were watching Fantastic Mr.Fox, you texted me this week, right? And asked me that you wanted to use that one set again that we tried to do stop motion. Were you inspired by it?
I didn't even watch it then at that time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was just cleaning out my basement, and it was sitting there, so I thought, might as well use this before I throw it out.
Yeah, we should probably use it. If not, we can just put it on my wall.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a lot of empty space there. But I find that the music, really captured a mood. It really put me there. And it was really, just whimsical and fun, but sort of, sort of dangerous-ish, I guess.
Because it's about a caper, right?
A heist?
Yeah. Caper event. So, yeah. Well, I'm really glad that you enjoyed it. I really am. Even if I didn't enjoy it.
Although I would say that, the one thing that sort of pulled me out just a bit from time to time was sometimes the audio will, the voices were kind of muffled. Mm-hmm. Did you catch that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But that's in my facts. An explanation as to why.
Would you like to lead into that, or would you like to add some more?
No, because some of these facts would kind of give away some of the answers, so I don't want to.
Oh, so you're gonna make me do the. Okay, so do you want to ask if I paid attention?
I have a couple more points that I want to bring up. The aesthetic. You know me. I like a simple aesthetic, stripping things down to the bare minimum and sort of experimenting and exploring what you can do with few pieces. And I really think that this film did that pretty well.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
What did Fantastic Mr. Fox do to you, huh?
Born.
They deserve more. They deserve better.
Okay, so let's be honest here, though, right? Has George Clooney been in a movie since?
Yes. One of my favorite movies is The Descendants, where it's him and his daughters in Hawaii, and he found out that his wife cheating on? I don't know, but that's one of my favorite movies.
Oh, you know what? Actually, come to think of it, he was in Gravity too, but that movie sucked. So. And
he was in some other stuff. He's in a lot of stuff.
Okay, maybe it's just me. Maybe this is my conspiracy theory. Ever since Fantastic Mr. Fox, his entire has gone in the shit.
Yeah, he's been directing some movies. He directed a Matt Damon movie earlier this year, Suburbicon or something.
Oh, was that the one where they shrink themselves down?
No, I don't know, Matt Damon killing people or something in the suburb, I think.
It doesn't sound like
You really have Come on. George Clooney was Batman. How dare you? Come on.
I'm sorry, I don't remember recalling. I don't remember that. I don't. Those of us who are appreciative of Batman choose to forget that George Clooney was ever Batman.
Come on, the Bat credit card, the Bat nipple.
That's right.
These are classic traits of the George Clooney era of Batman.
Okay. Oh Brother, Where Art Thou is the only movie that George Clooney should ever be in, ever, and it should be a stage production with George lead and everything else.
Have you seen the Descendants?
No.
You should watch it. It's great.
Okay.
It has what's his name? Matthew Leland, I think, who played Shaggy in the live action Scooby-Doo movies.
That's right. He was fun.
Anyway, I can I can tell you're ready to move on. So let's start up this quiz.
Okay.
This quiz. Are you ready?
I've got my onion ready.
All right. Cut that onion open.
Wait, I'm gonna cut it if I answer something wrong.
Actually, this part one is.
Okay, so he told me to cut the butt of the onion. Okay. Well, I'm gonna cut it if I get an answer wrong.
Eat it right.
Yeah. So that's part of the process.
All right. Okay. Question number 1. Who directed this film? Was it A, Woody Allen, B, Paul Thomas Anderson, or C, Wes Anderson, or D, Brad Pitt?
Well, I'm glad this one's. What letter was number? Or what letter was number? What letter was Wes Anderson?
C.
C. A C.
Okay. Good job.
Yay!
Mm-hmm.
You saved an onion's life today, Sarah.
Still have 4 more. Don't get too cocky. All right. Question 2. What was the name of Ash's cousin? Or the nephew of the family. Here are the options. A, Christopher. C, Christian. C, Christopherson. D, Carlisle.
I'm Christopherson, but I'm gonna go with A.
Final answer?
Final answer.
That's wrong. You should have went with your gut. It was Christopherson.
No, it was not. Oh. Okay. All right, listen to this. Actually smells really good.
Yeah,
Smell the butt of the onion. Oops, sorry. Hit that mic too hard with my knife. All right. Nice big chunk of onion here. Oh my god, it's disgusting. I love onion, but just biting into an onion is probably the weirdest feeling ever. It falls apart in your mouth. Whew, that's strong. Whew. I hope nobody kisses me after this.
Good?
Go ahead.
Question 3. What illness did Christopherson's father have? Was it A, pneumonia, B, flu, C, leukemia, or D, cold?
Oh, please be D.
Final answer?
Final answer.
It was pneumonia.
Oh, this is really hard. I think this is worse than the peppers.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's good in small quantities, but I'm not a fan of this challenge.
Maybe you should have gotten a sweet onion instead.
Yeah, but I just remember I remember tearing up more from red onions, so that's why I got a red onion. But they do have a lot more oomph in them. Whew. But it's also probably because I've only really had coffee this morning. You alright?
Yeah.
Yeah? Alright.
Ready for question? What? Oh, you haven't eaten for 3 yet, have you? Big piece.
Can I cut it down? Can I cut it in?
I will allow it.
Okay. I don't like this challenge at all.
You should take notes, definitely, when you watch.
I cannot wait until it's my turn. I'm gonna make them physics questions about what was the angle that this person jumped at.
That's a trivia, though. That's not... these are in the movie.
Aren't we calling it trivia, though?
Well, it's really a quiz, really, because the trivia is, the little tidbits afterwards that I talk about.
Okay. I think I need something to drink this time, and it's not gonna be coffee. Give me 1 second. Whew. Okay. Could you imagine? I may need a trash can.
What's the trash can for?
In case I vomit.
All right.
Do I have to finish this last? Oh. Okay. All right, it's done.
Ready for next question?
Yep.
Question 4. What animal was Mr. Fox, his buddy? Was it A, possum, B, weasel, C, badger, or D, rat? That's wrong.
What was it?
It's a possum.
I feel defeated. So how many points do you have, Garrison?
Well, so far from all... Well, let's talk about that after you get your final question wrong. All right. 5. What was each farmer known for? A, chicken, duck, turkey. B, chicken, goose, apple. C, pig, cow, apple. Or D, none of the above.
I didn't pay more attention.
Now, with this one, there are 2 right answers, so there's a 50% chance of you getting this.
You said there's 2 right answers? Well, then wouldn't it be D?
I said D is none of the above.
Yeah. But, hold on. Say it again. Say the whole question again.
What was each farmer known for? Like, what did they farm? A, chicken, duck, turkey. B, chicken, goose, apple. C, pig, cow, apple. Or D, none of the above.
I'm going to say it's going to be one of the ones with apples in it. So you said something about farming. So that means that I had some sort of crop.
Do you want me to repeat the ones with apple?
Yes.
Chicken, goose, apple. Pig, cow, apple.
Chicken, goose, apple, or pig, cow, apple. I'm going to go with C, chicken, goose, apple. Is it C? No. Wait, is that the letter?
That was B. Is that what?
B. Yeah, B.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Yeah, you got it.
What? Thank God. Oh my God. I'm gonna throw this away. Done. I'm not gonna eat red onions for a while now.
We never really talked about how the rules work in this little quiz game. So, how the game works is for every, I ask Sarah a series of questions, and for each one that she gets right, that's a point for her, and each point that she gets wrong, that's a point for me. And this is our third week of doing this, and so far the score is 10-5.
Okay, alright.
That's not actually too bad.
I got a little catching up to do, though. That's for sure.
Alright, so we're gonna conclude this podcast with a few interesting facts about the movie.
Alright, let's hear it.
Wes Anderson actually visited Roald Dahl's gypsy home, and that's where he wrote most of the script. Now, Roald Dahl wrote the original story, so Wes Anderson, just took a stop by his place and wrote the movie. Got some inspiration.
You said he's got a gypsy house?
Yeah. Roald Dahl had a gypsy house.
I wonder what that looks like.
Yeah, apparently it's not great. Like, Wes Anderson wrote on like a cardboard thing, and there was like a heater in the wall. It was small and stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah. Frankie Bean, who was one of the farmers, the balding Maine farmer guy,
okay,
known for his apple cider, was modeled after Dahl. And your favorite part, cuss. Yes, so in the original script, there were actual cuss words, but to make the PG rating, they just cut the cuss words out and put cuss in there just to have a little funny.
Okay.
And what we were talking about with the muffled audio in some of the parts, they recorded this film in LA, the UK, and Connecticut, also at George Clooney's friend's house. And to make the performance more natural or naturalistic or something, Wes wanted to record in forests, attic, and in some stables.
Wow, that is a little bit method.
A little bit.
You got anything else for us?
Sure. So Wes used some of his fabric from one of his suits for Mr. Fox's suit.
That's cute.
And this fact I think would help us out for any stop motion thing that we might want to do. Is for the water they used glass and plastic wrap. Yeah.
I always wondered.
And we mentioned the fall color scheme. For Christopherson, he was the only one not dressed in like fall colors and stuff. He was actually dressed in blue, which further emphasized that he was visiting, like he was from someplace else. So I really like that touch. Over 535 puppets were made for this film. And it took over 7 months to perfect the first Mr. Fox puppet first.
My face right now, I guessed. Well, it's also small.
And this film was shot with a Nikon D3, and it was shot in 12 frames per second instead of 24 frames.
That's why it looks weird.
Weird how?
Like, it's just like choppy in some parts.
I think it's just frenetic and fast paced. Like, that's why I said it was like a cartoon, because of the way they just kind of jutted around, like moving large spaces in little time. Final fact: this was the last film that used the 1994 20th Century Fox logo.
Whoa,
yeah,
that's cool. That's a cool little fact.
And well, that concludes our talk on Fantastic Mr. Fox, directed by Wes Anderson and starring George Clooney and Bill Murray and Owen Wilson and Jason Schwartzman. Yeah. Do you have any final thoughts?
I always end these in like a really bad mood, but it's just because like I smell like onions now and like I feel like I need to take a shower. Like, that's how gross I feel.
A mouth shower.
Yeah. Some or something.
Well,
On the film, though, you know. I'd say, like, one of the, you know, like how it's either thumbs up or thumbs down. I'm kind of like in.
if it were like a 1 through 10, it would be like a 5.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I guess I never gave my rating. Give it an 8.
That's a pretty high rating.
Yeah, an 8. Anyway, catch you next time on the MSG podcast. Oh yeah, Isle of Dogs. That's probably gonna be next. Bye.
Bye-bye.